Every time. All right, everybody. Welcome back to another Friday Night Magic tournament from Lost Legion Games and Comics in South Charleston, West Virginia. We got some standard action for you tonight as we see the ritualistic game of rock, paper, scissors to decide who goes first. My name, as always, is Zachary Evans. I'm joined tonight by Garrett Meadows, who has the round one bye. Let's talk a little bit business while these guys draw their opening seven. On the left, we've got Yen-shyang, stream regular, playing his pet deck, which is Jund Midrange. And his opponent, Brandon Gibbs, who in past weeks has played Prime Speaker Bant, is this week playing Bant Auras. So the hexproof deck that most people are familiar with. Looks like both of them are sending back their opening seven. While they're doing that, let's look at the tournament tonight. So we've got 25 runners, 5 rounds of standard, a cut to top 8. Garrett, you are technically winning this event right now, on 3 points.
I feel like I could draw in the rest of the way.
It was very interesting as I was telling yeah, there are people here that would try. Do you think my breakers will last if I draw in now every other round? So it was interesting. I was talking with Garrett because I've been here since about 4 o'clock, and at 6 o'clock there are about 4 people here to play FNM. And while there is usually a late rush, it's usually not that intense of a late rush.
Right.
Yeah, so now there's 25 people. So literally 21 people showed up in about 20 minutes, yeah. As I have, those of you who follow me on Twitter will know that I've been up since the ass crack of the morning because I had a industry golf tournament to go to in an hour and a half away. So I was hoping that there was a good
golf course closer than Reid would?
It's centrally located for the people that are in that community.
Meadowland golf course wasn't good enough for it?
Meadowlands? That's in Lavalette, isn't it? Or is that the one out on 35?
Yeah, that's the one on 35.
It used to be called Deer Run, and that's why I always think of it.
Yeah.
Is it still open?
Yeah.
Because ever since they built a new...
Gotta drive around the tumbleweeds.
Yeah, ever since they built New 35,
There's an
you don't,
right below it.
no one drives past it.
Right.
And that ends our discussion of local geography that no one will care about. But I'm going to be honest, I don't think most people care about anything we have to say. It's just called...
better than Mulligan to 6 discussions.
Yeah. So both players keeping on 6. Yen leading off with an overgrown 2.
Mulligan is better for Yen's deck than what it is for Brandon's.
Yeah, Brandon's deck needs to win with a critical mass of cards. Everything Yen does is 1 for 1.
That 1 for 1 can knock out 3 or 4 Brandon's cards.
So turn 2 Farseek, exactly where the Gen deck wants to be. We've talked about this multiple times. There are so many decks that want to cast a turn 2 Farseek. The best ramp and fix spell in the format. And to be perfectly fair, one of the better ramping and fixing spells in the history of Magic, at least in the fair formats. There's a task for you. Break that in Legacy. Trick question. Impossible to...
I'm thinking about Better Explorer or Birthing Pod. So, be warned.
Birthing Pod is... I think Birthing Pod's a little slow, but Better Explorer very much a legitimate Legacy strategy.
So now we have Invisible Stalker with Sacrifice backup. This is mainly what the Avacyn Pilgrim is.
Yes. Avacyn's Pilgrim says target Liliana activation whiffs.
Putrefy
Pilgrim? Putrefy the Pilgrim, probably to set up exactly what you were talking about. Brandon just replaces it, but since Yen's now has the ability to untap, play a land into 5 mana, he can Liliana after a removal spell if he wants to. He can also Bonfire.
He can. He also has cards like Raska, which can destroy the enchantments if things get too crazy.
Yeah, Invisible Stalker isn't very good as just a dude. I always think when Vraska comes down that it can blow up a land. I don't know why. And I'll go ahead and apologize to everybody. We got a little bit of glare there in the top of the left side playmat. We had to move the table like literally 5 minutes before we started playing because of the
Fat issues?
No. It could be both Wright brothers, and they wouldn't have enough room from table one and the feature match area.
To be honest, they're both beasts. So.
And there we see exactly what we were talking about. Yen likely setting this up from the get-go, trading his Vraska for an enchantment, or losing his Vraska to an enchanted Stalker, and then using Liliana's Edict to take care of the hexproof guy. So Yen in a pretty good spot here, playing Nighthawk. Nighthawk's actually pretty good in this matchup too, as it basically blanks the Spectroflight.
There's no totem armor. There is after armor, which gives first strike. So.
What just happened?
Looks like Liliana discarded and he got a Smiter into play. Ouch.
I still don't like the Smiters in these decks, but I guess if Liliana is the best card against you, maybe it's probably better than that.
Is that a Rancor on it? Yeah.
So Liliana is still going to die here, but Yen's going to be able to trade. I think Yen's perfectly fine losing Liliana to trade with...
yeah, 2-for-1 yourself is fine against the deck that is likely to die.
Did he gain his life? And that's a Garrick Relentless. Again, apologies for the glare.
Yeah, looks like he did. That doesn't look like it.
Well, I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure if there was something else. Like, he may have been at 17. I don't remember back to it.
Okay. Geist St. Traft.
Again, going to serve in with his wolf here. Going to make another wolf. Then cast a Thragtusk. So at this point, Yen could possibly race the Geist.
The Geist doesn't need to attack.
Well, the Geist is going to pick up some kind of enchantment at this point, I would think.
If he has a Spectre, if he has the Rancor in hand.
We know one card's a Rancor, and I think he has 2 other cards in his hand. No, he's got a full grip. 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards in his hand. So we know one of them is Rancor, which doesn't really help him in this spot. Basically just forces through 5 damage or so. That's not a race he's going to win.
No. I'm pretty sure the deck doesn't run Restoration Angels either. So. Here comes the Rancor.
Not. That's the old pump fake, we call that one. The Yen is only down to 1 card in hand, so that's not an irrelevant fact by any means. 3-man, another Smiter?
Another Geist St. Traft would probably be the best thing.
Nope, Armadillo Cloak.
Unflinching Courage. Still not able to attack unless he wants to trade off that,
And Ethereal Armor. Now it can attack if it wants to, right? So it's a 1, 2, 4, 6/6 First Striker, Lifelinker, Trampler.
Wow, that Ethereal Armor
changes things a lot.
made a difference.
And there is the sheep token that I saw Brandon have earlier. Yep. Did you already win?
Yes.
So we're now joined by Max Turner, whose Gruul aggro deck wins very quickly. Also loses very quickly.
Yes. What's up, here?
Yes, they've cleaned the lot. We can shut the door. No intruders.
Did you win? Yes.
Garrett had a buy. Oh, sorry.
Man, how's this match on camera going?
Well,
it's very swingy.
We've got an Armadillo Cloaked, Ethereal Armor laden Geist of St. Traft serving in. We've got an unglued sheep token representing an angel.
I like that as an angel.
We've got Yen reading Ethereal Armor to realize it gives it first strike.
Yeah.
And now we're trying to decide how we want to block here. Do you block at all?
No, you can't.
You just try to race, right? And while it's
Do they have Unflinching Courage on it?
Yes.
Can you race that?
Yen's deck might be able to. I mean, he's got 9 power dudes on board right now.
Brandon's going to go up to 16.
I mean, his deck plays bonfires. He doesn't have enough ability. He doesn't have enough mana right now to bonfire for 6, but
that's a 6/4. Oh no, it's a 6/6. I'm just thinking about the Rancor.
Whoops. Welcome to Magic. Oh, speak of the devil. Bonfire for 4 reminds everyone why Magic is dumb. I forgot that no, it gets, no, it's a 6-6. It's not 6-4.
It is a 6-6. It's not Rancor. It's Material Armor on there.
Mm-hmm. But still, it changes the math a lot. So that's 9. You're going down to 3 here.
But another enchantment almost makes the crackback a kill, doesn't it?
Could, but he's going to be able to throw at least 2 power in front of it, or 2 toughness in front of it.
Spectral Flight.
He's got a Rancor in his hand.
He's already played 1 Spectral Flight. He has 2 cards in hand. 1 is a Rancor. 1 was a card he couldn't play last turn because he just miracled that Hinterland Harbor off the top of his deck. There's the Rancor.
Material is 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9.
So that's a 9, 7. Guys, the same draft.
Mm-hmm.
So Yen will go to 1. Brandon will go to 11.
Should be 12.
You're right. And then 1, 2.
What does he sandbag?
Who, Brandon? I think he's got another land in his hand. He couldn't cast it. He couldn't cast. Well, yeah, maybe. Does he even play it? If he does, it would be in the board,
Some
wouldn't
of the
it?
decks play 2 main, don't they?
I think that's more of the
blue-white
Flash
control
deck.
runs one Supreme Verdict.
The one that's trying to cast Aurelia is playing Supreme Verdicts. The one's casting Absence Pilgrim are not. Yep, and that's exactly what happens here. Brandon up to 12. Yen down
has
to
a
1.
Spear or a pillar or anything in hand.
If Yen doesn't, or if Brandon doesn't add anything to the board, does this deck play Charms?
You can just kill him before it's on board.
Does Brandon's
He's got 3, 4 wolves and a...
does Brandon's deck play any? Wolf Run also.
Yeah, Keswick Wolfram does it.
Right?
That would be the rip.
He's got 13 on the table.
He's got
No.
11.
This is
Plus 5.
Welcome to Basic Math.
This is why Max is now playing Mono Red Splash Green.
Oh, he has 4 wolves.
Which is funny, because you're playing a deck that very desperately needs to count to 20. And you're proving to me in your previous comments that may be something out of your reach.
It is.
We got to 11, we had problems.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Christopher's Tonka cards.
you do. And they need. If Adventure Time had some segment where they taught you how to count,
I would probably know how to count that.
you would. Well, we want to take this time like we do every round, first round of every week, to thank the fine folks here at Lost Legion for letting us film their FNM and for hosting great FNM tournaments each and every week. If you're watching us live right now, obviously you know where the Twitch channel is. It's twitch.tv/ZachSellsMagic, and we stream Friday Night Magic, usually standard every week at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. But if you're watching after the fact on YouTube, try to check us out live sometime. If you can't watch your FNM, come watch ours.
Full house? Yep.
Full house.
You can sit on my lap.
You can tag in.
Just put our knees together and make him a chair.
So I'm going to bring up the picture-in-picture here. Something's going on with this camera.
A little choppy.
Yeah, I don't know what it
Can't
is.
handle all the man that's on the camera.
No, last week something happened to it, and then I could never get it fixed. Like the entire first round or whatever, I was just trying to fix it constantly, and it never came together, Max.
I got through round without counting. I turned my guys on my pen and counted it.
What did last week I left early because I was really tired, and in that time, while I was gone, after I had stopped streaming, but I was still here, Max won his semifinal game 3 by drawing his. How many conscripts you have in your deck? 2 outer. That would have been an amazing highlight. Luckily for us, I was not filming, so ruined once again. Goodness sakes here, this camera. I need to get my tech support on this.
Geek Squad. Did you hear the new judge call? Just for Yen?
No.
I'm going to yell it now every time I hit judge.
What?
I'm going to yell Yen.
Yen is 11-1 judge.
Oh yeah, you told me.
Put a bell in Yen's name instead of saying judge.
Level 1 judge requires a written test or an interview?
Written test and interview. You have to pass the interview. You don't have to pass the written test. I'm not joking.
That seems entirely arbitrary. That just seems like a buddy system.
If you don't pass the written test, you can convince them that you're good enough to be a level 1 judge.
That you're good enough of a people person.
Yep.
Level 1 judge mostly just needs to be a guy that can explain basic stuff, have some kind of tact, and know how to go ask the head judge for a
They always get a
Or have some kind of resource.
smartphone.
Yep.
That seemed to me when the last person he was at, that would seem to be like the biggest thing to, I'm not trying to downgrade judging to just having a phone, but I mean, it seemed to be like the biggest thing was,
Right.
I need the Oracle text for this, look it up on your phone.
Haven't they made him an app? Hasn't Star
Yo,
Citizen their judges an app
I'm
yet?
positive there's got to be an app.
The only time I call a judge is for an Oracle text. It's usually
Just to try to make friends.
It's usually
Hi.
hey buddy.
I am here.
At a previous tournament, I told my person that was in front of me, you need to play faster. I'm calling a judge. No judge called me. Because I did this, like, after sighing and scowling and growling, pulling out my switchblade.
Did I tell you about Pittsburgh? What happened? The match beside me was they were playing blitz on Jund or something, so the first game was over in like 4 minutes, and then they were sideboarding and just talking to each other, and the judge was kind of hovering around like the second table, and then they were sideboarding and talking and just BSing, and because they were in no hurry, and then they went to cut, and then the judge stepped in and gave the other guy, the blitz guy, a warning for taking him on the sideboard. When they were both, the guy was like, I didn't call a judge about it. He's like, it doesn't matter.
Right.
I was like,
Sometimes judges overstep their bounds because they like being in charge of something. But in general, judges are fine, upstanding individuals. A couple things in the chat. We'll give a shout out to No Time Remains, who's joining us live from the Netherlands, where he went 3-1 at his own FNM.
what did he play as on FNM?
That is a good question. What did he play? Probably Goat Travel. I'm going to assume it's Goat Travel. And also, one person suggesting that he's not sure Brandon had enough white sources to do what he did in that game in terms of casting Cloak and Armor in the same turn. Okay. Well, I wasn't suggesting that he didn't, but it was just a thing to look.
Everything else was...
Were you in here that week when Joe Lewis... Were you in here that week that someone was in here? We had a full house. Joe Lewis was playing on camera, and he cast a Thought Scour, and I was like, did he draw off that Thought Scour?
I saw it.
And then we asked him and stuff like that, and then he's like, no, I drew it. I was like, okay, whatever.
Like, yeah, I drew.
And then I went home and watched it.
He
Totally
didn't
didn't draw. Well, I was just proud of myself because, like, I went home to watch it because I was like, this is the little intricate things that you occasionally miss.
Right.
Because, like, you're not paying attention to everything like that. But I was like, no, he didn't draw. Immediately, he didn't draw.
You know what I'm hearing right now? Level 1 judge material.
Yep. I level 1 all exclusively for Joe Lewis, though. Anytime Joe Lewis plays Thought Scour.
Powerful. Red Deck wins can S my D.
Are you...
Slap his
And
deli.
that,
Slice his deli.
I was going to say that was an out-of-context quote of the night, but earlier Chad Watson he awarded me that award because I said the following: Friday nights when I like to tear it up, so send my diploma to the club. Which I think is, I could tell you the story, but it's much better if I just leave it at that. Remember, kids, you can use that at home. Make the T-shirts. Friday nights when I tear it up.
Get t-shirts.
So send my diploma to the
Not
club.
a Zach Sells Magic t-shirt.
Zach Spells Magic t-shirt.
It's on the back.
And on the back, it's just like a hangman.
These guys are both mulliganing to 6 here. Seems to work out all right for Yen. Although, to be fair, like we said, Brandon's deck doesn't mull as well. Yin was on the play.
Is that Jordan?
No, this is they're resolving their mulligan to 6.
Okay.
Somebody needs a Yen out there.
Yeah. Judge yourself.
Judge called myself. Award myself the ruling.
There was a week where JB wasn't here. I called Anthony over
Poor
to
Anthony.
tell him how to judge the situation.
So,
Rancor on that guy?
yeah, this is this is perfectly fine as Brandon obviously is the beatdown and just wants to get as much damage as he can on the play, but playing a turn 1 mana accelerant into turn 2, put Rancor on that guy, go, is not where he wants to be.
Exactly. Here comes a removal spell.
Abrupt Decay on the dude, doing it on his turn so as to deny Brandon the mana, should he...
Is Brandon playing Voice of Resurgence?
And I think Brandon is... I don't know if he is or not, but Brandon is stuck on blue mana, though. So it's not an irrelevant...
What is that?
That is a Vampire Nighthawk.
Seems good.
And again, I was telling people earlier that we've got a little bit of a glare situation because we had to move the table right before we started the tournament because the table arrangement that the shop had made this week did not allow for the fact that people would be sitting back to back from each other at different tables, and that you need more than 0 inches to do that.
I missed a little tight space today.
You see Underworld Connection, Farseek and Underworld Connection? Or just Farseek?
It's just a Farseek.
Oh, yeah.
Is he still playing Underworld Connections?
I'm sure he is.
Main?
Yeah.
Yen loves that card. But to be fair, like, his deck is designed to use it. Because that's one of the problems John has, is just running out of business.
The Smiter he ran out there, that's pretty good. Yes, the orders it.
Well, Smite or Dreadbore it, or Liliana Sackett.
Yen has no answers to that.
Yeah, Yen could give I think what the kids would say is Yen could give a good goddamn about
Yen knows about the Rancor.
So, he knows about that card too.
So Abrupt Decay takes out the Loxodon Smiter, but Brandon adds another one in its place. But Brandon's stuck on 3 lands and stuck on
very smart there not to play the Rancor.
Green, white.
The infinite removal.
Yeah, he just needs to put as many threats on the board because Yen's deck is mono removal. And Huntmaster of the Fells.
It's good.
Yeah, everything's good. Yen is in a pretty good spot,
It's
just
also
in general.
a very, very clear sign that Yen is out of removal if he knows the Rancor's in hand.
Yeah.
Well, he's so far ahead right now, he doesn't really give.
Not really far.
Unflinching Courage
Playing Unflinching Courage.
That does hurt.
changes the race math quite a bit here.
He only has to have a Dreadbore or another Abrupt Decay.
A 12-point lifeline. Oh, he has a tons of answers. Liliana, Dreadbore. Well, he has a Mortars, but it's not good enough. He's going to serve in with all of his dudes, dropping Brandon to 12 and putting Yen up to 21 off the lifelink from the...
Zeus passing flip around though.
Yes, yes.
This way, Brandon finds a blue source and plays 2 spells in it. Give him a little bit of value.
So here's the Rancor we've known about since the second turn of the game. Oh.
Something.
Putrefy.
The sound you heard was all of Brandon's hopes and dreams being flushed down the toilet. That gets the Rancor too.
Yeah.
Is the Rancor in the graveyard?
At this point, I'm not sure if it matters. Well, if he plays another, we'll see how it
Nope. It doesn't matter as Brandon enters the skip phase. And once
That
we
was
get
very smooth at the end though, just to slot it back and flip that guy.
yeah. But here's the thing, like, both of those games are over pretty quickly. Both of them hinge on just, like, if Yen doesn't have an answer that turn, like,
Or, you know,
Brandon's gaining, 8 life a turn.
My question, where's all the Hexproof?
The same place where all his blue, in his hand, where the question is, where's all his blue mana? Max.
I don't know. If he had blue, he's the same
This
man.
guy. Does he play
I wonder if
fencing
he
games?
has Faith Shields on the sideboard for this matchup.
Well, we've had our first, what's the name of the app for live total? That's, we'll go at 7:17 p.m. The first time tonight that it's been asked. That won't be the last.
Should
But
be in the show notes.
we got 20 minutes left. Let's go see if you want to go fish.
Sure.
You want to give me a skunk muffin?
Yes.
Here.
I've already had a moon pie tonight.
Any any flavor.
You seen the mini moon pies? Like this big?
That just sounds un-American to me. It's like the old joke. Forget who makes it. I think it was Ralphie May or another relatively large comedian who would say that fun size candy bars are not fun to fat people. There's nothing fun about a half-size candy bar. But so these guys are finishing up with their round. Max has stepped out.
Anybody got any panoramas in here?
No.
A couple panoramas.
Do you have any panoramas?
I don't have any. I actually have the Bay panorama.
I get it.
Now I just need 2 more and my cube is done.
So we're now joined by Aaron Daly, who's in desperate search for
Bad
panoramas.
Naya and Grixis. Panoramas. Is Jordan watching the feed right now?
I haven't seen him in there.
I want to see if he still wants that foil into the infinite.
He will want that.
This is probably the least effective way to do it.
Well,
and
I thought he would be here today.
You've seen these things.
And apologize to...
What is...
Is
that a cell phone from
this
1996?
This is my 1996.
You should watch...
I don't want to touch it.
You should watch Garrett try to look up the phone number for Geno's on that.
Do you still text in like T9? Oh, you probably... Oh my gosh.
No, I don't even.
I need to step into the next millennium.
Okay.
See you later.
The saved search on my phone, and I was Google. Not Gino, South Charleston, D Street.
So for those of you, I apologize for the choppiness of the studio cam. If you're watching last week, we had some... Yes! Hey, bud.
I'm playing John Midrange. He's playing John Pittman.
Okay, who are you playing? Who's he?
Chad, I think.
Chad Watson?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, dude.
That's him.
I'm not playing.
Oh, the other guy, Chad.
Yeah.
That's Chad Wood.
This is the first time Chad's ever played on camera, and I believe he just said he's not excited about this. Are they on 1-on-1?
Yeah.
We're now seeing Garrett purchasing Viamax.
Bunch of chocolate.
Making a lot of noise there.
Everything out of the way.
The Otis Spunkmeyer muffin family from Sam's Club in bulk
Delicious.
is one of the best-selling treats at Lost Legion Games and Con. I've got... Oh, I changed the camera too quick. Garrett just inhaled his entire muffin. We talked about it before. I think I posted a picture last
They
week.
should sponsor us.
They do. For sponsorship.
Chad has the best sleeves in this entire shop. So we're moving over here to Game 3 of Chad Watson versus Nick Reid. Chad's never played on camera before. Am I correct in saying that Chad is Adam Vicker's roommate? It's the local Legends roommate.
Housemate.
That is comes into play tapped.
Yeah, sleep in the same bed.
Tell him that it can't happen.
Come on.
He can't play that Absence Pilgrim.
Chad, you can't play that Pilgrim. What? You can't play it. You should have yelled Yen to the feature match.
I don't.
You should have followed it up with, thanks for playing on your camera.
I locked it.
Okay, it's only semi-important, but I had a really good idea.
Never again.
So for the feed, so maybe when they have like a judge call, or they need to call a judge, they can have like a little thing with Lost Legion's like logo on it, and it'll say judge. Like, and then someone could walk out there and...
I don't know if anyone's ever called a judge in the history of the...
But the time will come, and you can do it with style. Alright, that was all. You can watch it.
Tell them to slide. Alright, a little bit... Yeah.
Slide it up.
Put it in range.
Slide the light counter up so we can see it.
What? Slide it which way?
Right there. That's good. This is a point in the broadcast where I would use the adage, too many cooks in the kitchen. As poor Chad's out there already probably flustered because he's being...
Probably yelling at him.
Yeah. But he's playing Voice of Resurgence, which is a pretty good thing to do.
Yeah.
We are correcting the mana here. That's a white and a green. White, black, and colorless for the front half of Lingering Souls.
This is good.
I remember when they announced these new sleeves, the Unicorn Rainbow ones, and that kitten deck box, and then Chad has them both. He's the only person I've ever seen have them. I thought that would be very popular because they're very ironic. So, we haven't covered their decks here, but Nick is playing a jump mid-range deck, as you can see here. He's going to be playing Thrag Tusks and Restoration Angels. He's got Centaur Healers, probably a sideboard card in this matchup.
He has real lands in front.
Who, Chad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also a legitimate question.
Go ahead and get the. I mean, he doesn't eat lingering souls.
There's no questioning that myself.
Nick just does not live in value town like the rest of us do.
He has an angel. I'm sure he's going to blink the Centaur Healer.
Do you want to eat those?
I agree. I think I would do that, but that's probably what his line is. But like Chad's in a pretty good spot here where he can just can he just Gavany now? If he shouldn't attack here because he's going to lose. He's going to lose one of those, right?
It takes a while to get a feel for whenever you're going to get Restoration Angel.
Or that's not one of those times. They're confused, gentlemen.
Maybe he's a favorite tragic stuff. So Chad doesn't flashback Lingering Souls, making Nick's play incredibly awesome. Now we have Lingering Souls.
Yeah, he didn't township on his own turn, but he does get a voice token. Like he can Gavany end a turn and the Gavany on his own turn and have a lot of power.
Because it's huge right now.
Yeah, but I mean he can double pump like in attack next turn.
That's a 5/5 right now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and it'll be a 7/7 if he double pumps. Like I mean Nick's board is fine against most decks in most situations, but I don't know. Chad's basically trading the two tokens for 5 power here. I mean, I'm not sure which one is right or wrong, or if there is a right or wrong, but there's definitely some advantage in doing this. This, of course, assumes he pumps at the end of this turn. So we're waiting.
Well, Chad also has Midnight Haunting in his deck.
So Putrefied takes out the token. Yep, and he is going to Gavany at end of turn. Nick serves in, and Chad down to 10. I like the style of putting the die above the column of creature. It's a very, as an engineer, that's something I would do. That's the Excel spreadsheet form of a creature attacking. The Chag disagrees.
Technically, yes, that's beyond the creature.
Is there one on his elbow?
What?
Apparently there's some fan art.
On Chad?
Yeah, on him.
You see another Lingering Souls. Interesting here because the way Chad tapped, he can't flash it back this turn. Because he tapped both of his black sources, right? He has an isolated chapel under there, right?
Probably. She has a follow-up black source. We'll soon regret that decision.
What's that called? The Conclave?
I think so. It looks like the FNM, the crappy art.
Yes, that is called Conclave. Called the Conclave.
So make a Watch Wolf, right?
Make target Watch Wolf.
He's going to serve in for 4 with his Flying Spirits.
Is that voice going to block the Centaur Healer, or should it just be turned sideways like the rest of them?
I mean, the voice isn't...
Voice on D.
Voice is just a 2/2, right?
No, you Gavany.
3/2.
Got the dice over it.
I mean, I don't know. I
You're an engineer.
think he'd be fine to block the Centaur on the way back and trade it in for 6'6".
Is Voice the Centaur a good name for a metal song?
I don't know. What was the other before? We had Expendable Wolves, and then we had Double Centaur the Reckoner.
Double Centaur.
Those are all metal band names that originate from various points in the stream. So Nick is taking out the Lingering Souls again, as he is wont to do. What did he add to the board? Another Death Right?
Aaron's losing his crap out.
So Nick choosing not to play another Avacyn's Pilgrim. Also choosing not to attack. I mean, with two...
He's one of the Restoration Angel. Each got chunked about 1-1.
These guys like to maximize the amount of space on the playmat that they take in. Who Chad does?
Yeah.
That's very fun. It seems very hard to cast, but it seems very fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's 2-man off Crater Hoof, right? 5 and 3 green?
Yep.
He's got a thinker here. This is the problem with playing tokens. You got to be pretty good at combat math. You got to be able to race
I
well.
don't play it.
You just want to play creatures with haste to make your opponent decide.
That's why I play Hellrider, because 1 damage 5 times is a lot easier than counting to 5.
And you don't care if they block or not. Combat math is only important if you care if they block. If you don't care if they block, you can care less.
I'm not playing creatures. Oh, you're playing Esper tonight, by the way?
So Chad is going to Gavany again here.
Swing like a man or sit on a heel?
Swing like a man. Well, he's not going to be able to sit back because he's going to eventually just lose to double death right. I mean, he's already effectively at 4.
I think there's just one instance.
Well, there's a call and then there's a putrid.
Yeah.
I think a putrid call.
I forgot about the call.
So Chad says, yeah, just get some. I think he's deciding here on this Pilgrim, leaving it back for whatever reason.
I'll probably leave it back.
So it should be 5, 11, 13, 17. That's lethal, isn't it?
It does look like he has Sector's Lane to his Greater Gargadon.
Well, it does come off suspend and has haste, so that's a strong play at this point. Greater Gargadon, very much a Zachary Evans type of card.
We're going to keep again.
We kept on Wednesday.
You keep on this
You had every opportunity. That one you can't blame on me.
Are you making a big announcement? Did I miss some announcements?
Oh no, I do have something fun in the works, but I'm not going to share that until it's actually. I think it would be more fun if it.
Just going to go ahead and share right now.
Is it Frosted Flakes?
It is not. It is not a sponsorship deal with Frosted Flakes, as Cliff Markham and Max suggested on Twitter this week.
Or Frosted Mini Wheats?
Frosted Mini Wheats. No, but we do have an interesting kind of pseudo sponsorship opportunity that's coming up.
Pairing up with my favorite R-rated podcast.
No. I can say that it is not podcast based. That is as far as I will go this week.
Joseph Messer's Dreams Are Crushed.
I would gladly partner with his podcast.
I just heard somebody got punched in the baby maker.
Outside?
No, Evil Beard is telling everybody that player lands of range should be punched in the junk. A straight shot right in the baby maker.
Well, that seems appropriate. Meanwhile, while we were talking about that, Nick went ahead and scooped it up. Just did not have
enough value. Value to outvalue the other value.
He couldn't mid-range hard enough. He got token.
I can't get mad because I'm a diagonal tapper.
You are a 45-degree champ, is what you are. You like to line them up deep, and then you like to tap them about 30 degrees. I'm going to switch over to this other camera and see if this thing, it's not looking good.
How's Zach on not tapping his lands last night? To what she goes.
I tapped him a little bit. To be fair, we were cubing. And I had 4 lands and played a Thrun, and my opponent knew what was happening. Although my opponents, 2 out of 3 of my opponents were Wright brothers, so they may not have known what was happening. Burn on them. They're not here. You know why the Wright brothers aren't here tonight? Because Jonathan Wright graduated from high school. Because he's just a baby.
Trying to be successful.
Trying to be successful.
If you're not here, you're not doing it right.
We did learn a few weeks ago that Scotty Wright's dad's name is Jeffy. That was very fun.
You see this fella?
That was a fun story. So we've got about 3 minutes left in the round here, so we're just going to kill some time in here, and then we'll be back into next round. Let's talk a little bit about what we got going on here tonight. So Garrett's playing. Are you playing Esper?
Yep.
Garrett's playing Esper Control. Max is playing Gruul Aggro. Gyre Sages, Hell Riders, Domries, all that kind of good stuff. Who else is in the field? We got
Probably playing zombies.
Yep, Alec and Logan are both here playing, I don't know, probably playing Alec played Naya last week and Logan plays American Flash. And Joe Lewis is here and he's playing some kind of weird like green-black Valroz deck that he put together. Has a lot of 1-drops, should be interesting to see. Troy King is here playing Bant Aggro. It's like a Bant Hexproof deck, but with
Yen's on Jund.
Yen is on Jund. We saw Brandon Gibbs playing Bant Hexproof. Aaron Daly, is he playing Black-White tokens? Probably. JB's in the field. Shop manager JB Roberts in the field.
He's in the field and I got to draw. That turd.
Well, what I imagine happened is JB usually plays in the events when there are an odd number of players. I imagine what happened is he last minute added himself to make it even, and then last minute someone else.
Because there's not a lot of people.
Yeah. He may also just want to play FNM too. He hasn't played in a long time. Then we got Nick and Chad, who we both saw on camera. So we should have a pretty good. And Scott Driver's here playing Gruul Aggro as well. No, Gruul Aggro. There's going to be a lot of quick matches tonight. There's a lot of aggro decks in the field. Anything going on in the chat here?
They're playing. You drive your deck.
He'll be here all day.
He'll be here. God bless you, Terminus. Anything going on in the chat, or people just talking about how they should punch people and things like that?
Also baby makers. Being assaulted.
So what else was going on? We'll
I
talk.
want one of those sweet looking game day mats.
What are the game day mats?
It's like a yellow, like an arena, isn't it? Like a Coliseum. Where can them out at that 8-man Grand Prix trial?
I bet that JB has one. Probably show it on the stream.
It's one of the best ones I've seen.
So we do have Dragon's Maze game day events this weekend. So if you're interested in winning your own top 8 play, or is it just champion play mat?
I think it's a champion.
If you want to win a cool play mat, Max says it's cool. We'll try and track it down here in the store and see if we can show it.
None.
How many do you have?
One.
How many?
You know how I beat in the finals to get that thing up?
Who? Max Turner? How many people were in that tournament? So you won the box.
We were both playing humans too, weren't we?
He was playing red white and I was playing green white.
Some people have to beat actual tournament field.
So when I went to Rick's and I scooped it up to Brett in the finals for all the packs, he still rubs it in my face and he hasn't mad at all.
I really don't care about that. I own one playmat from the Grand Prix in Indianapolis that Dr. Matt and Ian and myself went to. And it's the playmat you get for paying $40 and being in the Grand Prix.
Right.
It has Having Lich art on it. And I never use it. I have a black one that I found that someone left at the store once, and I could never figure out who it was, so I just put it in my gear bag and now use it to put the camera on, because I found this technology. If I put the camera, 2 legs of the camera tripod under a playmat, helps with shock absorption. It actually makes a considerable difference.
Plus I have a lot of friction.
Plus it just looks baller.
I'm going to go for friction.
Apparently it's mazes in on the playmat, but it looks really good.
I'm sure JB has it behind the counter. We'll bring it out here a little bit later. Evil Beard saying he uses that Grand Prix Indianapolis playmat all the time. I usually just use whatever shop playmat is available. There's one thing here about this is a very interesting story. I never owned a playmat. I didn't even know playmats existed when I came back to Magic in 2010, 2011, whenever I came back. Like I didn't know that was something you would like. I remember the first time I saw them and saw that you could buy them, and I was like, this is stupid. Like you have a table. Like why do you need like a special mat?
That's how I feel about sleeves.
But then I started. That's how you felt about good cards. Why does anybody need these? I've got Arbor Elves. But then like so I started playing at Lost Legion, and they got a significant amount. They gave a lot of during Zendikar block. This Magic suppliers gave out a lot of Zendikar themed play mats based on the number of boxes you bought, like because it was so very popular, and that was an incentive kind of thing. So the store ended up getting a ton of them, and they were for sale, but no one ever bought them. So they just opened them all and used them and just put them all on the tables. So I just have gotten so accustomed to just always having a playmat on the table, and now I can't play without a playmat. It drives me insane.
We drafting Modern Masters on Thursday night?
No, we're drafting Modern Masters on an exclusive Modern Masters draft day, which is June 8th. So if you are here if you're in the area, it's a Saturday. If you want to feel like making a little bit of a drive, it's going to be Modern Masters drafts all day. I don't know how many boxes we're doing, but
How much is that draft?
I think it's like 30,
I think it's 25.
maybe 25. I know whatever it'll be very reasonable because
I know what you're talking about.
JB is very.
I'm excited.
I'm very excited about the fact that the store has agreed to. From day one, they said that they're going to draft their entire stock of it. They're going to limit Modern Masters to just drafts. But then they got confirmation from their supplier that they were going to get additional, a couple more boxes, and then they opened some up for pre-order. And of course, the pre-order is only $200 too. So that's literally $100 less than Star City's pre-order.
Ravagers! There's like 29 cards spoiled now. I want those City Brass foils.
No, although they've not spoiled any cards that I've been like, oh, I'm surprised by that. The only cards they've spoiled that I'm surprised by are like Aether Spellbomb. The cards that are in the green Echoing Truth I understand because it's a very important card in the format. But Echoing Green one, I didn't even know what it did, and I had to look it up. That's the one they spoiled, right?
Yeah, Echoing Courage.
Yeah, but Max talking about
+2/+2 for
yeah, Max.
extra pulses.
Yes, Max talking about Modern Masters, which has seen some additional spoilers this week. Is the Modern Masters GP, is that this coming weekend or next weekend?
It's coming out.
Like a week from now, right? Seems to be a good one. They're already up to 700 pre-registrations for that event. The one that's held in Grand Prix Vegas. And if you're in that area and thinking about going, you should. It's run by a very good organization. They're doing a lot of free events. They're doing a lot of other events. And if there's ever a tournament where $40 is worth the cost of it, like $40 and 6 Modern Masters packs, or however much it is.
Primeval type, isn't it? Or All's Dust.
All's Dust. Let's see. June 22nd, Spike Going to Chat is filling us. Well, someone else feeling the need to tell us how much they got their Modern Masters box for.
Under MTG from the vault.
Yeah.
Wonder what's actually in that box.
Fever Twins.
Is it?
I assume so.
Let's do it. Let's do an adventure. Let's do an adventure. I don't think I can reach it manually.
My money is on here, folks.
Max talking about this box, which says MTG from the vault.
There's a good 45 seconds of your call on the stream there.
Well, I mean, I give the people what they want. If your answer, who said receipts? The winner was receipts. We should have that every week. We should have a game called What's in This Box? Magic related.
If you guess it, you get it.
Here's a very fun thing that I'm not going to. I've thought about asking this on like Twitter and Facebook and literally never telling anyone until they guess it correctly. I have the art of a Magic card as the background on my phone. I should give some prize if someone can guess it.
Tom Sieve.
Nope. Good try. That was a Magic card. He narrowed it down to actual
Goblin
cards.
Guide?
Chose one. It's not Goblin Guide.
Is
Get a
it?
color.
Can we ask questions about the card?
No. It's just like
Does it have a mustache?
no. Is it Chandler? No.
It's Hogan.
So time has been called in the round. We're just waiting for the last one to finish up. I hope it's not going to be like this all night, where we have a
Cup Island.
It's not Cup Island. It is not. It is actually. I will say this. It's not a John Avon, Zendikar, or Unhinged Island or Unhinged Land, because that's what I looked for to start with, and I couldn't find any that looked good on my phone.
John Avon something else.
It could be. It could not be.
Baneslayer Angel.
Huh? No, it's not Baneslayer
It's
Angel.
my background on my computer.
I knew this was going to happen. I shouldn't have said it, because now the chat is just like jamming all the cards they know I like. Hive Mind, Lightning Bolt, Show and Tell, Sneak Attack, Force of Will, all incorrect.
Stepped on today.
Your phone got stepped on today.
Finally.
Now I have to guard my phone with extra. This guy's trying to cheat. I think I was using my phone as a light counter earlier in the EDH game, but I don't know if you...
You were, but it had like a big calculator thing.
Yes. Yes, I was using the calculator function.
It's like me holding my phone up like this and be like...
Did you guys know that most smartphones come into... even
with a battery. Don't want a battery. I have a phone out.
I don't know if you guys knew, but most smartphones, and even some old analog phones like Garrett likes to use, they actually come with magic life counters on them. Did you know this?
No.
You just use the damn calculator. You just punch in the numbers and subtract.
Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh players do it.
You guys play.
You players have to deal with the 10,000s.
Let's use TI-83s.
Archmage 521 in the chat guessing Vizardrix, which that's a good. I appreciate the guess. That's obscure. I like it. It's wrong, but I like it. It's a game that no one can win. I'll post it on Facebook and Twitter this week, and then after like a little while, then I'll start doing clues, and then eventually someone will guess. Here's a clue. It's not in that box.
Is it
No, it's not Emrakul.
Tabe orangutans?
No, you should know that that's not necessarily my sense of humor. It's the
Power tank.
if you don't know what Utabi orangutans is, look that one up on Gatherer. That one has a secret. That one's funny because it's not. It involves an somewhat inappropriate. Some people would say inappropriate.
There's an alternate name for the card. It's called Sex Monkeys.
Sex monkeys. The reason that's an alternate name is because the card art features two monkeys having. Technically, they may just be standing in such a way that it looks like vicious, animal-like industrial activities. But but that was like a long time ago, and it's like you say, it's very blatant. It's not like they slipped one in.
It's the main draw of the art.
You know how there's always like some like hidden Easter egg in like a Disney movie where like in Aladdin when the tiger falls down, then all of the air goes up in the sky, and then if you freeze it on one frame, it spells sex. Yeah. Have you ever seen that? Yeah. Like, that's very subtle. This is just two monkeys banging on this magic card.
Spins around, there's a tuft of air that flies up and looks like she has a penis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
She doesn't. Now we're starting to talk about the anatomy of merfolk. Not in magic, in Disney's The Little Princess, or The Little Mermaid.
They're all the same.
Mm-hmm. No picture at the moment.
Burger when you got your crotch in it.
Mind equals blown. I don't know what that...
Mind unbalanced.
This is a very good quote. From Archmage in the chat says, the artist is the one who made it. I guess he was just like, today I want to draw sex.
I was reading that Easter egg thing about old video games. It's like, this guy was sitting here coding it for like 45 to 50 hours straight. Like, he's going to get no credit on it. He just sticks a bunch of random stuff in games.
I'm not surprised it doesn't happen every single time. I'm surprised they're actual movies. I would just imagine at some point the movie would just become a series of Easter eggs, and then the movie itself would be the Easter egg.
There's a plot!
Like, I mean, at Fast and Furious 86, like, at some point, who cares about Vin Diesel got in a fast car and drove away.
It was a jazzy.
It was this jazzy.
86 is definitely the retirement home.
Yeah. So we're taking the month of Sundays to get the second round underway, so I apologize for that. We do appreciate the 50 dedicated fans who are watching. I feel like if we're at 50 now, we'll have a good night number-wise. Because usually it's the second or third round we really peak.
You're competing with Josh Rabbits?
Hmm?
Who are you competing against?
Michael Jacob was streaming earlier tonight when I started. He had a smooth 2K viewers.
Michael Jacob has recently mentioned that he wants to turn his streaming into his actual full-time job. He post on Twitter, logged another 40 hours this week, so expect a lot more streaming from him.
Which is fine.
Cedric Phillips pulled that off first, right?
Cedric Phillips streamed
Cedric Phillips was the first person who decided, I want to make this a job. But he was not the first person to stream that kind of hours. He actually doesn't stream that much. I'll be perfectly honest too, and believe me, this is not coming from a place of assuming this is better. I don't enjoy either of those gentlemen's streams. The only pro that posts, hey, I'm streaming, and I'm like, I think I might watch that.
AJ Soccer.
No, that's the opposite of what I want to do. At that point, I'm thinking, I might just quit Magic. Streaming this Legacy Daily event. I think I've had a good run on Magic. I think I'm done. No. Can he use a computer?
Not without supervision.
I kid. No, it's Adam Prozac.
Fight those people.
Adam Prozac. No, I'm just kidding. Adam Prozac is the one that I really enjoy because
10K champion Adam Prozac.
I enjoy watching the games he plays, and I also just enjoy his personality.
Can I say that I got to squeeze?
You might be asking, Garrett, what do you mean squeeze? Well, Adam Prozac has a very fun in-between round game on his stream called The Squeeze, where he picks a topic, then picks random people in the chat.
And these topics were polled by 100 Adam Prozacs.
Yes, so what happens is he picks like a top 10 list basically, or give or take, and then each person has to name something. Like the one I watched was top 10 worst cards in Dragon's Maze, and so people have to name a card. The first person names a card, then he ranks it 1 through 10. Then the second person names another card, and then he puts it where he thinks it is. And what happens is when you get squeezed out is when you name a card that's already in between two others. So if there's a 5 and a 6 already, and he feels like that card's in between those, you get squeezed out, and then you're out of the game. I think it's just a novel that he came up with that game. The game itself is pretty neat.
Did you win?
No,
he lost.
The category was most devastating cards because of the weekend that Zach had where he just said devastating every other word. And I got there.
Spike mentioning in the chat, he also likes Scotty Mac's stream, which is Scott McCallum from...
From the guy that has the death direction on it.
Yeah, from the A-Team. He's also... Well, he streams for legitmtg.com. He used to do... like Modern Mastery, I think it was called, and now it's called Compulsive Research. Now it's just I think it's just a standard one. He moved from Modern to Standard.
You see the custom order Death Ray Shaman. That's him.
Yes. I've talked to him before. A buddy of mine, the guy who was the editor for Legit for a while, he was testing like Google Hangouts. He was like, I need some people to help me jump on. So I was like, well, I'll get on there. And it was me and Scotty Mac. And another guy on at Real Evil Genius, which is another friend of his.
You guys in the Scrubland? Scrubland?
Magic players, round 2 pairings are up.
Oh my god. At least I got stuff around.
Thanks, JB.
You're welcome.
Are you playing in this thing? JB. Okay, bye.
You two playing?
Yes.
You two playing?
Garrett, you guys are playing each other. Yeah. That's a fair fight, right? So these guys are actually playing each other, so we'll be back with the round 2 feature match
Actually, when I'm
featuring...
joining, I got to buy this round.